What was life like for me before I got several criminal charges? What was life like before I got several criminal charges? What was life like before I got several assault charges? What was life like before I got several assault charges? What was life like before I got a few robbery charges? What was life like before drugs, alcohol, and nicotine? Well, when I was a child and when I was a young adult, I went to the best schools in town. I went to the best schools in our area. I went to a private school my whole life, St. Stephen's Episcopal School. I went to an Episcopalian church my whole life. And I have a lot of beautiful memories of me growing up at school at St. Stephen's Episcopal School with my two sisters. I had a lot of friends at St. Stephen's, and I love all my teachers and I love all my classmates from St. Stephen's. And we went to private school, so my mom went to school her whole life and worked her whole life in order for me and my sisters to go to private school. And every year we would go school shopping for new school clothes and new school supplies. I had the best childhood. I had all the latest video games. I had the coolest toys, the coolest clothes. But then when I was in 8th grade, I decided to go to public school, and I did good in public school until I started using drugs, alcohol, and nicotine. Then I eventually dropped out and I became homeless and I became addicted to narcotics. And then my mom started helping me out financially once she seen that I was struggling to provide for myself. I was struggling to keep up with nutrition and rent. So my mom started helping me, and we built a house here in Harrisburg, well, an apartment. And I have a beautiful apartment. I have a beautiful life with my family. I visit my mom. I visit my stepmom. I visit my uncles. I have a beautiful family. I don't use narcotics anymore. I don't drink heavily no more. I don't break crimes. I don't commit crimes anymore. Most of my crimes I committed were because of drugs and alcohol. So I know to limit myself and to moderate and to keep it low key, not to get wasted, because you lose your mind when you get blackout drunk. But yeah, I had a beautiful life. I went to private school my whole life. I lived with my mom, and it was just my mom and my two sisters. And we had a beautiful life. I would go to St. Stephen's Episcopal School every day during the weekdays. And I remember before drugs and alcohol and nicotine, before I started to commit petty crimes, before I got several assault charges, I remember playing Little League sports. I played Little League football through Pee Wee, Pony, Midget. I played Little League baseball through Pee Wee, Pony, Midget. And I played Little League basketball. And, I have a lot of good memories of playing Little League sports. But that was life before crime, before drugs and alcohol and nicotine. Life was like school every day, after school sports, birthdays, Christmases, And then I dropped out of school and I became homeless. And drugs and alcohol continued to ruin my life all throughout my adulthood. But luckily now, with my mom's help, I have my own apartment. My apartment's furnished to have a good life at my apartment, and I have a good life with my family when I visit them. And it worked out. It worked out for me. I can't complain. Life treated me good so far.